PBA Philippine Cup. It is game number 3 of the semifinals between the San Miguel Beermen and the Barangay Ginebra Kings. And now, please welcome the starting lineup of your San Miguel Beermen. At guard number 5, Alex Calagnot. At shooting guard number 7, Don Ontiveros. At center number 4, Dorian Pena. At small forward number 23, Jay Washington. And at power forward number 29, Arwin Santos. Head coach of the Beermen is Mato Agustin. And now, please welcome the starting lineup of your Barangay Ginebra Kings. At guard, number 21, Mike Cortez. At shooting guard, number 47, Mark Aguila. At center, number 23, Rico Villanueva. At full forward, number 71, Ronald Tubin. And at power forward, number 99, Rudy Hatfield. Head coach of the Duke Kings is Joey Chico.
And here are your primary protagonists, walang galawan ng starting lineup ng San Miguel. At bakit naman hindi? They are up 2 games to none. Ang Ginebra, litaw na litaw ang pagkapasok dito ni Mark Aguila.
First time that he's going to be starting in the semifinals, Mark Aguila has been coming off the bench. This time, Coach Joseph Chico wants to start strong and wants to strike hard very, very early.
Great look at our new scoreboard, the Q. Ang pangalan pa.
You know, that scoreboard, by the way, 400% bigger than the scoreboard previously. And that's a major difference in terms of size and in clarity.
But
I understand it's 10 millimeter pixels.
Yeah.
And the smaller the pixels, the clearer and the brighter.
I hate to say this, but it's just 10% bigger than my TV. In my room.
Wow. That's probably your own house.
And tara, nagsimula na tayo, and there's Pena immediately going to work. At ang babantayan natin dito po sa first 5 minutes is what we never need, as you said, a strong start here in game number 3.
Well, that time, Dorian Pena had all the spacing he wanted. And I think that's going to be key for San Miguel to have that space for the big men to operate inside. And for Ginebra, the challenge is to congest that shaded area.
Hindi po nagaganap na makasalo kayong lahat. It's a sold-out Sunday crowd inside the Big Dome. Ginebra, by the way, in immaculate white, as Mark Aguila gets Ginebra on the scoreboard. Samantalang ang San Miguel naman, they are in fighting red.
And that's why he's starting. Coach Joseph Chico wants Mark Aguila to establish his offensive game very early. Now you watch the matchup. Arwin Santos up against a much smaller Ronald Tubin. So maybe in this game you're going to see Santos get the ball a lot more than usual.
Mike Cortez stops and pops. And battle for the rebound. It goes to Cabagdot. I told Alex Cabagdot, if he scores another game winner, I will shave my eyebrows.
You told him that?
Hindi naman kontrata yun. I can back out anytime.
Kasi if you told him, I'm sure wala to do it.
And a nice get back there by Arwin Santos.
A domination, offensive boards, and that's an area that I was saying that San Miguel really must key on, because it was actually in the offensive boards that they were really getting killed by Barangay Ginebra in the first 2 games.
Villanueva coming out his best game in the conference. He had 17 points and 7 rebounds in game number 2.
And this matchup of the series, Rudy Hatfield against Jay Washington. Hatfield really has his hands full. He's expected not only to play defense against Washington, but also to keep them stable underneath. And there's Hatfield giving up the foul. Last line of defense, Shabu Baksa, Shapa may foul, and he can't believe it.
Yeah, that's right. The life is so tough for guys like Ruby and Enrico and Willie Wilson, even Yatsi. As you mentioned, Rudy has to guard Washington, and if he's not doing that, he has to stop guys like Dorian Peña.
Exactly. He's the last line of defense, or at least on that particular play. Kasi nakawala si Dorian Peña from Enrico Villanueva.
There's Ato Agustin.
You know, the problem with Barangay Ginebra is that when they're switching against the big men of San Miguel, dalawa lang na nakakapag-switch, no? It's just Hatfield at saka si Rico Villanueva, because the other three small guys aren't going to be able to give you too much beef in terms of defending the big guys of San Miguel.
Remember, Ronald Tubid is always starts at this spot para sa Ginebra. Now here's Kagiwa to Villanueva. Villanueva bobbled the basketball and it's a turnover. Wala ngayon na kay Ontiveros. You can imagine the amount of confidence he gained from that Game 2 performance and the confident turnaround for Dondon Ontiveros.
But you just hit the nail on the head. You talked about the confidence of Dondon Ontiveros. Kagiwa was all over it. That was good defense by Kagiwa. He couldn't ask anything more from the spot. At yet, nakakuha pa ng basket si Ontiveros.
2-point game para sa San Miguel. Early moments on the opening quarter. Villanueva has been very active on offense. Here's Hatfield. Fires, backs a three.
Yeah, a very rare shot coming from the H-spot from the outside. But he has all day to aim. And that's important. If you're the defender and you're going to allow someone like a Rudy Hatfield to have all time, all day long to aim, you know, it's almost like giving him a nice percentage shot.
Boy, you know yung conditioning ni Rudy Hatfield talagang really put to the test in this series.
Oh, yeah.
There's Washington. He is just the biggest thorn on the side of Ginebra in this conference.
And you see what happened there. When the ball entered that shaded area, it drew Rudy Hatfield to go inside to help out defensively on the board, and it allowed Jay Washington to shot outside. Ginebra players looking all pumped up.
2-point game para sa Ginebra as we approach the 7-minute mark of the opening quarter. Arvin Santos hounded by Tubid.
Oh, look at this mismatch, however. And Santos is going to be very comfortable taking that outside shot against a much smaller Tubid. It looks like he's fouled. Frustration foul.
The first personal foul happened kay Arvin Santos.
You know,
The
to show
first
you,
team foul against San Miguel.
I was just going to say, Nico, to show you how evenly matched this series is, right now, 4 players from both sides have scored. So maganda yung distribution of scoring. But only one person hasn't scored for Ginebra, and that's Mike Cortez, who actually went scoreless last time out.
It's Ontiveros against Mike Cortez. Nice elevation by Dondon, and there's a loose ball foul here. It will go against Ontiveros. Second team foul laban sa San Miguel.
And Coach Ato Agustin is going to remember, those 2 fouls given up first by Arvin Santos and Dondon Ontiveros, they were useless fouls. And those are going to add up to the team foul total of San Miguel.